right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call I'm la Elohim, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Harakakodash. I want to give double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone who will teach well in the hearty shalom to the elect. All right, it's your brother Karate is back with another lesson, and we're going to talk about the MOTB. Lord, will you be edified? So it says here the word mark and the verb transitive, all right, which means it's action, okay? It says to stamp, to impress, to make visible impression, okay? Figure or indenture, as to mark sheep with a brand, okay? So this CHIP is going to be a visible impression, okay? So I'm going to show you some pictures in regards to that. But before we get to that, let's get some scriptures. It says here, and he calls it, this Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right? So you're not going to be able to operate within this beast system unless you've been CHIP, PED'd. Okay? All right? Let me get this text commentary too. This is the John Brown text commentary. When you look there, you gotta click the second one, okay? All right, he's gonna tell you some, I'm gonna read some information that's in here about the CHIP. But before I get to that, I'm gonna do this. All right, let's look at some videos here.
Welcome back. When was the last time you wrote an actual check or bought something with cash? Swiping and tapping our cards and our apps are not just the easiest way to spend money, they're the safest way, unless, of course, we misplace our phones or our wallets, and then it's a nightmare. It is hard to misplace your hands, however.
You see, they want you to be persuaded by what's being pushed on the media, and what's being pushed in the media is this, okay? Don't take this.
And soon your hand may be all that you need to buy anything that you can afford and many things that you can't. Because a company called Walletmore is developing a very teeny tiny chip. You see it there in the X-ray? That should creep you out. The chip is like the ones that are found in smart credit cards or debit cards, and the chip gets embedded just under your skin and makes your whole...
Like within that word I just read, impressed, or what was it? Salakia. All right, it's to impress, to stamp, okay? And that's what they're going to do with this. They're going to impress it or stamp it within you, but with the surgical needle.
Whole hand a credit card. Joining me now is Wojtek Perota. He's the CEO and founder of Walletmore. Okay, Wojtek, this is so futuristic and out there, but walk me through how it actually works.
This is prophetic, okay? Prophetic. That means it's coming to pass. You see it. It's said before, now it's coming to pass, okay?
Hey, so first of all, thanks for having me. Let's look at the chip as a super small card that you can use wherever contactless payments are accepted. So it's exactly the same NFC technology, which stands for near field communication, and therefore it can be used only for the near field communication payments. So therefore you cannot be tracked, you cannot be monitored, you cannot be spied with that implant, because it's exactly the same technology as credit card.
So here's my worry, is that you can accidentally buy something by just having your hand too close to a machine, or you could accidentally have your data all stolen by shaking someone's hand, because a lot of times we protect our cards in cases that can't be penetrated. But if it's in your hand, it's really hard to do that.
It's not that simple, to be honest. First of all, you cannot lose money when you are shaking hands with anyone, because the implant is the passive tag and it doesn't have any internal source of energy, and therefore the only option to get the read of that implant is to put it in the near field of terminal. So therefore...
Welcome back. When was the last time you wrote an act?
So you see it there. They're telling you right here on the news, okay? Whatever news station this is, okay? All right, it's being propagated to the world. All right, in Switzerland, I think it is. They already have these things, okay? Or I think it's Switzerland, but somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But it's where majority of the population there are Edomites, okay? And they live in this type of technologically advanced society where they have this as a measure for purchasing, buying, and selling, and it's going to come here to America, okay? All right, let's go get this article. All right, so you see what it says, RFID CHIPs in humans. All right, so this is what I Googled. It says here, RFID CHIPs are integrated circuit devices that can be implanted in humans to store information and be read by an external scanner. Well, just like that guy said in the video, an NFC, a near field communication device, is an external scanner that can read the CHIP. Okay, just like you can tap your phone to pay, or you can tap your card to pay. Well, those things were conditioning for tapping your hand to pay. Okay. It says here, RFIDs can be used for a variety of purposes, medical records, access control, tracking. Okay. All right, let's look at some more information that's going to be utilized. That's going to be utilized in this RFID. Okay. Remember, this is in the John Brown commentaries, not the first one, the second one. Okay. And you go down, keep going down, and you see it right here under 3, under B, all right, paragraph 3, subsection B, Slovakia. It says in the readout of the microchip, there were 9 levels of information that the designers wanted included. They were name and image of or picture of your face, your social security number, a fingerprint identification, also to be included physical description, family history, address, criminal record, occupation, and income tax information, okay? These are the things that are going to be within the information of that CHIP to help you be tracked, to help your medical, to help you be tracked, and to help identify you with your medical records, okay? It says here some potential risks of the RFID CHIPs include adverse tissue reaction, migration of the chip, I guess the migration of the chip into the rest of your body, who knows, right? It says information security compromise, electronic hazards, incompatibility with MRI machines, okay? All right, so let's look at some more scriptures. All right, because the Lord's gonna put a grievous sore on those that partake in this. Okay, this is Revelation 16:1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying, "Go to the 7 angels, go your ways, and pour." And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, "Go your ways, and pour out the vials of Yahweh, pour out the vials of wrath of Yahweh upon the earth." Salakia. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. All right. So you don't want to be within the confines of being of receiving this CHIP, because you're going to get that grievous sore. Let's see if it's in here. No, it's not on here. But nonetheless, okay, you don't want to do that. You don't want to take parts in that. Maybe I was spelling it wrong. G-R-E-G-R. All right, grievous. Here it goes. Grievous, heavy, oppressive, burdensome. Okay, afflictive, painful, hard to be borne. All right. It says hurtful down here at number 7, hurtful, destructive. All right. causing grief or sorrow. That was number 2. Okay. All right. So you don't want to be within that, have that pain and affliction that the Lord is going to bring upon people. All right. Here goes the word noisome. It says noxious, injurious, all right, offensive to smell or other senses, disgusting. All right. It says noxious to health, hurtful, mischievous, unwholesome, destructive. All right, all these adjectives, okay, and these adjectives should put pain in your mind. These adjectives should strike fear in your hearts for you to not partake in receiving the CHIP, because there's going to be something else. This is Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of his torments ascendeth up forever and ever. You don't want to smoke with the Lord, man, okay? All right? And how I'm reading and what I'm reading and what's going to happen is two different things. What's going to happen and how I'm reading it. And I'm only reading it and I'm only imagining what can happen. But what I'm imagining and what's going to happen is 2 different things. Let me say that. Let me correct myself by saying that. Okay. It says, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So whoever takes this CHIP, okay, no rest for you. You're already in a place where you don't get any rest, but you definitely not when the Lord puts that ass whooping on you Israelites, okay? It says, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai. Those ones that keep the commandments of the Lord are not going to take the CHIP, and those that have the faith in Yahweh Shai, all right, they're going to believe that Yahweh Shai, they are believing that Yahweh Shai will be delivering them in the day of trouble and keeping them away, keeping them safe and sound. Okay. Let me see. I read something about an impression. You can see in some of these pictures, all right, like right here, you can see that impression, okay, from the CHIP. All right, right here. See that is in that guy's hand where that light is, okay? Right there. Oh, here we go. This is a good one right there. You can see it clear as day right there, okay? These people are being stamped. And this one as well. See it clear as day, okay? All right. All right, the whole thing is, the whole purpose of this is to not take it. Don't partake.
A doctor inserts the microchip between your thumb and index finger using a device similar to a syringe. Now, these chips can actually be really helpful tools, and they utilize the same technology
Buying and selling, you see that?
used in phone payments. With this tiny device, your body essentially becomes a contactless key. It can open doors using sensors and can even start a car. They last anywhere from 10 to 20 years and can be removed with a small incision in the skin.
A guy walks into a store, makes his payment, and casually taps his hand on the scanner. The cashier's jaw drops as the payment instantly goes through. What's the secret? He's got a tiny RFID chip implanted in his hand, and it's like a credit card, but with way more perks. This chip is inserted with a quick injection, programmed with a phone. It's like having a superpower, from unlocking doors to making payments and even opening your car.
Advancing very fast. But can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains, and I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants, I can, and we measure.
Welcome back. When was the last?
A doctor inserts
Stay away from this, okay? Stay away from this. Lord will edify to the next time. Shalom.